Greetings, everyone. This is Koku from the Bitter Medicine Podcast, inviting you to tune in to the Bitter Medicine Podcast on KWAZ Radio.
Peace, family. This is Oni, inviting you to listen to the pro-black perspective, where black problems are addressed with black solutions.
Greetings, fam. Tune in to The Learning Curve with me, the revolutionary matron on KWAZ Radio.
PA on the beat, boy.
Welcome. We are back, episode 54 of the Harsh Reality Podcast. I'm your host, D Webb, and today I'm joined by my esteemed guest co-host filling in today. We got the one and only, or actually, I think you might be filling on all the time now. I don't know. We got to ask you. Oni, what's good with you, though, brother?
Peace, brother. How you doing, man? I'm great.
I'm hanging in there, man. I know you up past your bedtime, bro, so I ain't gonna keep you too long tonight, man. But good to hear from you. Good to hear from you, brother, out there living that life, living a good life. But let me go ahead and start by giving out the normal disclaimer that we always do. By no means do we claim to be experts, just everyday people with a small platform here to add our 2 cents to the various subjects we plan on discussing today. Also, make sure y'all follow us if you aren't already at the Harsh Reality Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Before we begin, of course, we got to shout out the KWAZ Radio family. Make sure y'all tune into all the podcasts over there. Make sure y'all tune into that to the Saturday night discussion. You know what I'm saying? We got to kick it back. So make sure y'all tune into everything going on there. Make sure y'all subscribe to all the shows over there. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the subjects we got at hand. The Democrat blame game begins. If people weren't aware, unless you was living under a rock or living outside of America, wink, wink, only. We just had the elections, and a lot of people are losing their lid over what just happened. Of course, Donald Trump won the election over Kamala Harris, and a lot of people are disowning friends and family and all types of stuff going on after that loss. I think they're taking it harder than she's actually taking it. I just seen the picture of her chilling, drinking some wine, chilling with some children. So you got people uninviting people to Thanksgiving dinner and shit. But here we go. Let's check out this first video we got. This guy's losing it. Divided America.
Right, that whiteness, right, is under threat. The demographic shifts. The country isn't what all of these racially ambiguous children on Cheerios commercials are confusing the hell out of me.
Right? Eddie, a lot of people voted because their life's too damn expensive, and it was here, and
they voted for. You're telling me, Stephanie,
too damn high.
That all of these people who believe that their lives are that bread is too high and eggs are too high, that they voted for a convicted felon, a guy who said we can grab the pea.
I think that a lot.
They voted for this guy.
I'm not defending it. But I think there are tons of people that don't pay attention to, and I'm not defending it, don't pay attention to politics at all. But while we live in the most prosperous country in the world, people are saying life's not fair. I'm not doing well. My son's still living in the basement. I can't seem to get a job. I don't like the status quo. I'm voting for something else. And
I love you to life.
I love you.
But I do not believe that. Mm-hmm. I cannot believe that. And the reason I think you believe it is because you don't want to believe that that's what's really motivating them. It's always the case. People don't want to believe what the country actually is, because if they believe it, they're going to have to confront what's in them. I don't believe that. They voted for a crook, a person who they know is stealing from, just doing everything to undermine the so-called country that they love. And then they're telling us the BS that it's economics. We know that's not true.
That brother crashing out. Crashing out. So you see what we got there, only man. So you can see what this he talking about basically that living in a racist society is the reason why like any of these crooks are different than the other crooks. But what do you think about that video we saw that only, bro?
Yeah, the latest Republican meme is that essentially Kamala Harris raised $1 billion for her campaign. And at the end of the campaign, after she lost, she's $20 million in debt. Now, I don't know if that's true or false, but the latest thing was, well, how in the world was she going to fix the economy? If she couldn't even balance, $1 billion for a losing campaign. But yeah, so I mean, look, I think, me personally, I think two things could be true. I think some people, like, I don't think 75 or what was it, 75 million people voted for the exact same reason. I think some of the 75 million, like that one guy, Jared Taylor, voted for white, power or whatever, right?
Right.
But then maybe the vast majority of that 75 million voted so that because Biden was a let's say fuck shit, like Biden was this old man with dementia, and then Kamala just didn't distance herself at all. And she tried the same strategy that Hillary tried, and she, it bit her in the ass. It's Biden came through with this promise of one, free money. He didn't do that shit, but but the student loan, whatever. But also, I'm gonna fix this shit from COVID and all that stuff, right? Then come to find out, he's just this old man. He's just some old man who kind of like everything just went to shit, and it's like, okay, he dropped out. That's cool, Kamala. Make it clear that you're gonna be better and different. And she's like, we're just gonna continue what he was doing, And it's like, but the dude, you told us he had dementia, you know what I mean? Like you told us that he was unfit. Why in the world are you gonna do everything that he's doing? Like he's clearly like no, you know what I mean? So I think that was part of it. Obviously, there's other parts. Maybe she's a woman, and a lot of people just don't want to vote for a woman. But beyond that, I think there was a lot going on. I don't think it's just one thing, but the fact that this is a Princeton professor kind of tells you what what they're teaching you, and how like my sister matron said, how the Democrats were really just out of touch, because people didn't want those prices. I'll put it that way.
Right, big facts. Shout out to the matron and read a comment here. The Democrats have no one to blame but themselves. They didn't listen to the people. They are out of touch with the electorate. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think an interesting part of this whole deal is that she was literally talking like she's not the vice president of the United States right now. So it's like you're making promises about things you're gonna do once you become president, like you're not the second most powerful person. You're head of the Senate. Right. This guy's clearly out of his mind. Who knows who was running the country the last 4 years. Right. But they was talking like Trump was still in power. Right. When it was like, you've had the power for the past 4 years and you ain't do none of the stuff you're now promising. Right. So that to me was like, it just was so out of touch with reality. I think like the matron was saying, is like you think people are dumb or something. Like, it's like, do it today. Like if you're giving credit for buying a home or you're doing any of these things you said, do it right now. Do it yesterday, right? People don't need to wait till January to pay their rent. Do it now. So to me, it was just the most mind-boggling thing I've ever. They was talking like Trump was running the country the last 4 years, and that is part of the problem. And with this guy specifically, he's a Princeton professor, like you said. He's not worried about eggs, and he's not worried about gasoline. He's not worried about if his kid's gonna eat tonight. He's not worried about if he can make the rent. He can make the mortgage. He good. Yeah, he good. So the things that they were talking, he don't even hear it. It's just like a video game to him. It's just like, a Marvel movie to him, good versus evil type of shit. It's not, I can't afford this. I can't buy a home. You know what I'm saying? So he's not even hearing anything that's going on. This is we have the Cowboys and versus the Indians. You know what I'm saying? It's some movie shit to him as far as he's concerned. He's made it. That's why you kind of got to stop listening to these boule agents, man. They don't know what the fuck. They're out of touch with reality. And I think that kind of reflected. And even my last point on that, even beyond that point, I want to say you still had like 90% of black women voted for Kamala. I think like 80% of still great numbers for any like normal demographics between any other cultural group or group is a lot more split, even amongst themselves. And you're still getting 80%. If you do the average, it's probably like 85% of the black vote, and you still mad, you know, like you still upset and angry. And I've seen crazy comments, which is gonna become it's gonna be kind of mentioned in the next couple videos that we play that get more into that. But I think as far as this guy, he's out of touch with reality for sure. And then go one of the black women. I think this is kind of delusional as well, but we're gonna play this video real quick.
So I'm scrolling and I see a lot of black women making videos talking down to black men who voted for Trump. And I just have to say, if you voted for Trump and you're a black man, thank you. And I thank you because I know exactly why you voted for Trump. You voted for secure borders so that us women and children can be safe. You voted for a strong economy so that us women and children can be provided for. You voted for our children to not be indoctrinated in this failed public school system. You voted for my right to not have to use the bathroom with a biological man. You also voted for our children not to be drafted into another endless, senseless war that only benefits the military-industrial complex. And also, you voted for the protection of our freedom of speech. The same freedom of speech that these evil, nasty, disgusting women are using to wish death upon you. So as a black woman, I just want to say thank you for voting for Trump. I truly appreciate you, and I'm going to speak life into you. I pray that God continues to protect you and guide you. I pray that he gives you the success that you deserve. I pray that he gives you the strength to lead your family and your communities. And for anyone who wants to say in the comments that I'm a pick-me, baby, I'm already chosen. So what about you? It's Trump 2024. You already know. Thank you.
She said, I've been picked. You ain't gonna pull her. I was thinking that the whole time she was talking. I'm like, this is to trying to get picked. Try to get chosen around this bit. But what do you think of what you just saw, man? I got my thoughts. I think it's a little, like I said, it's a little delusional, but I think that's kind of maybe the reason why you did see the discrepancy, at least among the black men that you did. They normally get 90% of the vote. It got like 80. So what do you think?
Well, yeah, she pretty. But what she's, I mean, like, I'm not really like a trumpet, you know, I'm not a trumpet guy. I mean, mostly because I'm from New York, and people from New York, we don't like Trump for some reason, you know. We just don't like, because he's from New York. You know, New Yorkers just don't like New Yorkers. You know, you got two New Yorkers in the same room. We just want to see who's gonna fight. You know how it is. Right. But yeah, I mean, the thing I see is that the Trump campaign had better propaganda, better advertising. You know, they just like you felt like they had an agenda. The Democrats kind of, like, I don't know, like they just didn't do their job, honestly. Like, what I could think of is Megan Thee Stallion performing. You know, like I could think of celebrity performances. I remember there was that one sister on MSNBC who was like flipping out. She's like, "What? We had an endorsement from Queen Latifah. Like, Queen Latifah never endorses anybody." And it's like, what are you talking about? like she's legit, you know, sitting next to, you know, Rachel Maddow, you know, whatever. Yeah. I think it's Joy Reid or something. Legit, like, sit down, talk about, man, we got an endorsement from Queen Latifah. You know, how do we lose? You know, you're like, what? Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, Queen Latifah's not even like who? Like,
like celebrity Jeopardy or something. Like, who they rolling out today? Like,
yeah, like, who the fuck is Queen? Like, who's Queen Latifah? We had Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Queen Latifah. Like, okay, but that's not even a list of like people that anybody reasonably is, you know, like at the ballot box wondering who they're gonna vote for. You know, that said, you know, yeah, like I don't know, man. I just heard Trump's borders are Like he said something that was kind of based. I ain't gonna hold you, but he was like something like they were like, "Is there a way that we could deport, individuals without separating families?" And he was like, "Yeah, just deport the whole family." And you're like, "The fuck?" like, this man's wild, man. But I mean, if that's what, like, I just feel like, Trump did a good bait and switch, but like his propaganda was it. And I read the propaganda. I read the propaganda book. The one from Freud's nephew or whatever. And yeah, he was like, look, if you really want to rally people, just use the word communism. That's gonna work. He said that's gonna work in America. And he was writing this like 60 years ago, 100 years ago, I don't know. But he's like, just use the word communism. And what Trump did was like, yo, just tell him you're gonna make, you're gonna go to the bathroom with another man, but you're gonna go to the bathroom with a man, you're gonna, your daughter's gonna get beat up in the ring, from a dude. Like, just tell him all sorts of shit. And it's like the Democrats, like, I think black folk are gonna be in trouble. I'll put it that way. Black folk are gonna be in trouble because the way I look at it is, first off, we're a minority. We're not even the biggest minority. We're just a minority. So we will never. Sorry. Let me say, we will never be, let's say, politically, like, we could never have a pure black party, a pro-black party, pure black party that's going to win 270 electoral votes across America. So you're never going to have that pro-black president. You're going to have a president from a coalition. And the trouble with the Democrats is that they are this weird coalition. Like, the Republicans were getting screwed over up until Trump came along. And then Trump replaced, whatever they were doing. And he got the magic formula. He got the coalition of the church, the xenophobes, the this, that, so on and so forth. And then you have the Democrats who, black people are part of the coalition. But, we're in coalition with the LGBTQ, we're in coalition with, the people who want abortion, we're in coalition with so on and so forth. So it's like that coalition is not really that great. And it's because, I think it was, I never watched Dave Chappelle. I don't like him, but Dave Chappelle was pointing out that, like, of all the LGBT people, like, nobody likes the T. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, even the LGB do not like the T, So it's just they are not some group that you would want to be in coalition with, but you can't separate yourself from. And that's really like where the Democrats kind of shot themselves in the foot. Because, like, once upon a time it was just the unions and black folk. You know what I mean? But now it's kind of, the unions, black folk, LGBT, and so. Yeah, they screwed themselves, and I don't know what black folk can do to get some political relevance, but especially since we don't try to take up leadership, we are, we got nothing. And right now, like you said, you see the sister, sitting down like, oh, I want Trump, and it's like, well, I can't see the Republican Party. I mean, I know there's some things the Republican Party does that people might like. I don't know. There's obviously some things that Democrats do that people don't like, but I cannot see. But again, it's not like, if you're looking at it from a coalition perspective, coalition don't include us. You know what I mean? Like the coalition just doesn't include us as a race. As individuals, sure, but as a race, no. And I think that's where it's like, okay, black folk, good luck, because I'm telling you, man, if you hear that, when you hear that, what's that thing called? When you hear that, that siren. The siren from that movie. Like,
the Purge. You talking about the Purge?
Yeah, the Purge siren. When you hear the Purge siren, just understand that, some of these white boys are not playing around. I'll just put it that way. Some of these white boys are not playing around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got the people out there in those places that nobody ever visits, the Idahos and the Montanas of the world. They don't fuck around. Nobody goes there. But I think you hit a good point too. Is like the coalition that you're building honestly, if we're looking at people in the vacuum, first, there's two things strike me, right? Just on face value, I seen a stat that said 80% of people between the age of 65 and 74 are registered to vote. Only like 49% of people between the age of 18 and 24 are able to vote. So that goes back to what the matron said. I want to bring this comment up. The Democrats learned that social media fame is not voting power is a very expensive lesson. That's a big old fact. Because you may have seen like a lot of this outrage on social media. You may have seen the memes, people reposting the Meg Thee Stallion twerking at the fucking rally and shit. At the same time, a lot of those people ain't even gonna vote. A lot of those people ain't even registered to vote, right? Still, the biggest demographic is what they call the boomers, right? The older people. They're the ones still going to the booth and still going to the voting booth and casting their vote. Those are who ones voting. In this country, ain't even producing babies like that, right? This population is getting older and older and older, right? People ain't even having kids like that. People taking Christmas pictures with their damn dogs, right? That's what we're coming to. People, so after this election was on abortion rights, you know what I'm saying? But that being said, a lot of the things that so-called progressives push, like I think you mentioned earlier, the T kids, the T's and the sports and a lot of the older folks still ain't rocking with that. A lot of young folks still ain't rocking with that. So when you hit your wagon to that, it's very easy to run a campaign to counter that. It's very easy when most people ain't even rocking with none of that. You feel me? And they tried to back up off it a little bit. You seen like a little bit of change toward the end when they seen the numbers, those poll numbers and shit started to come back. You seen they kind of bagged up. She bagged off a lot of the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't see so much the T kids talk no more or the sports or any of that shit because people ain't rocking with that. Especially, hell, if you talk to old black folks, shit, what they say. Shit. And then you seen and then even going to the immigrant thing, I seen a lot of stuff of a lot of regular people. I'm from Chicago. A lot of my people still there, and I seen even a lot of their postings was like, yo, they putting, Venezuelans all in here, giving them cards. You know what I'm saying? Giving them credit cards, giving them food stamps. We out here struggling. They come off the boat, get $400-500 a month in food stamps, get a place to stay. You've seen a lot of that. I even seen a video the other day. People in the streets fighting with the Venezuelan gang. They out there with machetes. This is the west side of Chicago, bro. Like they putting them in your neighborhood. They not putting them on the Gold Coast. They're not putting them downtown. They're putting all these immigrants in your neighborhoods. They putting them in the places that's largely low income. That's where they putting them at, right? So, it is a little bit of truth to that displacement thing people were talking about. So you seen that. And that's another thing I think that really, really, really hurt them Democrats. They really didn't pay attention to, I think, the climate out here right now. You feel me? And let me pull up the next video real quick on that note, which kind of ties into that. And I don't really support this brother. I think he's kind of a Republican bootlegger, but when you're right, you're right. All right.
Don't believe boys. I think there are a lot of families out there who don't believe boys should play girls' sports.
They're not boys. I'm not going to listen to transphobia at this table. I am not going to listen to you call a trans girl a boy.
Are you going to allow me to finish my explanation?
When you use a word that's a slur, I'm going to interrupt. That's not how it is. They're not boys. They're not boys. They're not playing girls softball. I'm not going to sit there and listen for a second.
Because, look, this is a really heated issue, right? And Sharmichael, I know you. I know that you understand that people have different views on this. I think out of respect for Jay, let's try to talk about this in a way that is respectful.
Okay, so let me rephrase this since I'm being targeted here.
I don't. No, it's okay. You are not being targeted.
I am, but it's okay.
I'm specifically saying that I know that you are not intending to be transphobic.
He should know that I'm not. But he wants to sit here and bloviate.
I want you to use a phrase.
I want to give you an opportunity.
So the way regular people interpret it,
that's not regular people. That's not regular people. There's no consensus that these are actually boys. This whole thing about trans girls is a canard. We're talking about a tiny, tiny sliver of the population.
That may be the
and we're
case,
using
but
that
my point in terms of its
healthcare from thousands of people.
Hold on, just get to your point.
My point in terms of its effectiveness. Regular people with children look at these things and they say, you know what, this is a bit too far. I do not agree with this. I don't like this. I think Democrats are going way too much to the left on social issues. They're uncomfortable with it. A lot of people believe that. A lot of families believe that. You may disagree with that reality, but that's why Republicans kept running those ads over and over and over again, because they saw the metrics suggested that they were
lying
working
in those ads over and over again, and using rhetoric like you just used, saying this is boys playing girls sports. First of all, we're talking about 5 people in the entire country.
You would prefer?
We're talking about trans girls being allowed to play with the people who are in their gender. And if you don't believe, you don't have to listen to me. Listen to the American Medical Association, the American Psychological Association.
The American Medical Association.
Check his hard drive. That's all I'm gonna say. Check that dude's hard drive. So you see the video, and what do you think to that point earlier about attaching themselves to that coalition? I think you mentioned.
Yeah, you see, I mean, and I don't want to say, but certain, yeah. Anyway,
I got you.
I don't want to say, but yeah, like I feel like the Democrats sabotage themselves. I feel like they sabotage, because this whole argument right here. I mean, hopefully this is after this is after the election, but this whole argument is exactly what would lose you votes. Because like that issue of the T has historically led to, let's say fascist governments, fascist takeovers, super conservative takeovers, because what are you doing? You can't have you can't, I mean, and it's not even like you're doing just straight up T, you're doing child T, like child mutilation.
That's crazy.
You can't do that. Nobody supports that. Like me personally, I never put my son in the public school system when I was in America, because I was like, I know damn well he's gonna have to, get with that, learn about, this guy got two moms, 2 dads, and like I tell you, man, I remember when I was doing my custody thing, and I probably shouldn't talk about this online, but I was doing my custody thing, and we had to show up on like Teams, like Google Teams, like Teams, Microsoft Teams, or something like that, right? And while my son's mother got her name and then she, her right next to it, like we know damn well you were she, her. like you gave birth to my child, you got she, her. Now allegedly, sorry, somebody tried to reason, said maybe it's her work, like her name on from work, and she had to put the she, her. But like that's the kind of shit nobody likes. Like you at work and you got to put down she, her. You gave birth to a child. There's no question that you're a she, her.
Exactly.
And I mean, and yeah. And that's the thing I forgot to mention too. That guy Elon, as much as some people don't like him, he probably did the smartest shit you could think of. If he bought the network and made it whole fascist and he just took over the social media scene, took over the biggest social media platform, made it super conservative to the point where you had to not only did you have to see his stupid tweets, but you had to see a bunch of tweets from like the biggest races, you can find or whatever. But the point being, it's not completely bad. It's good alternative media. Some stuff you wouldn't see from the censored media, obviously. But even so, the fact that he bought it, which was like, okay, whatever. But then he got Trump elected, and now he might get a position in government. So it's like, shit, like that dude. I mean, at first he was like, what a dumb investment. You tanked the thing. You made it worse. But now you're thinking to yourself, damn, he made it better for himself. But as far as this guy is concerned, yeah, I mean, like you just completely like come on, man. Nobody wants like my thing is this: if a boy wants to, act like a girl, whatever, right? But why you gotta act like a girl who plays sports? Like why you why you gotta act like a girl who boxes? Like exactly. That's why I'm not understanding. Like you could have acted like a girl who cooks. You could act like a girl who dances. You could act like a girl who, I'm not saying I want to see no dude dancing in the dress. I don't want to see that shit. But like, why you gotta act like a girl, a female athlete? You know, a girl running track and field. You know, you got so few women who do the track and field, so few women who do the basketball, so few women who do whatever, and you decide, oh, I'm a girl, so I'm gonna do this shit. No, motherfucker, you're a boy. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You like boxing, you like that, you're a boy. Like you're just a boy who want to dress it. Like, come on, man. I mean, and again, I shouldn't have said that, right? but again, but again, like the Democrats, like, because all you have to do is just say they can't play sports, or they shouldn't play sports, or they should just play in their own trans league. That's all you got to do. Like, you don't have to, like, because I'm telling you, man, I can't remember, but I think I saw the aftermath of a female athlete, you know, fighting a trans athlete. And I tell you, this woman got battered. She was like, I never got hit so hard. And it's like, yeah, because you got hit by a grown damn man. You know? Like, you got hit by a grown damn man who had no reason to show restraint, you know? No, like, cause you know, if you a man fighting against a woman, you got to show restraint. But if you a trans woman, you know, fighting against a man, you don't got it. Nah. Like that's just, and then like Major's pointed out, like these people that get the gold medal, they done set the world record. Like it's inappropriate, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people come from athletic back. They were like mediocre in the men's. They play. It's not like they came out nowhere and decided to be a girl tomorrow and start playing sports. Right? They came from, a lot of them used to play sports in the men with men or boys or whatever, and were mediocre. Like that swimmer who's setting records, you know. And all of a sudden he decides he's a 6'4" dude. 6'4" woman, you know, with still all his boy parts and shit. And now he's out there over there breaking records. Like, to me, the whole rhetoric, it is insulting to women. It should be insulting to women. I think they're underestimating how insulting it is to women to just you're basically dwindling down womanhood to being able to put on a dress and makeup and a wig. That's essentially what you've done at that point. Like, you're a woman because you feel like a woman and you dress up. And then if they're going to this whole like non-binary, be what you want to be, why can't you just stay who you are? You feel me? Like, their whole rhetoric is so like just contradictory to each other. The rhetoric just so contradictory that it makes no fucking sense, because it's mental illness. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, whatever, right? I got enough YouTube strikes, but just add it to the rest, right?
Shit.
It's mental.
But also leave the kids alone, man. Leave the kids alone. Like that Gabrielle Union's son. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's in Hollywood. It's like it's almost like a trend for them, you know. It's almost like, oh, look, my kids are non-binary, my kids is double trans, you know, like they're trying to up each other. It's one Hollywood actress, I think she got like 3 T kids, you know. It's like, how's that? I think it was like, you know, the South African one. Yeah, like, how's that even possible? Like, the percentages are so low just for you to have 1 T kid, right? For you to have 3, it's like, you need to be investigated. What is going on here? The odds are like, you probably got a better chance of hitting the lottery than that happened, you know. So it's like,
that's the thing, man. That's why the Democrats lost, because you attach yourself to the people who are harming children, you know. And then not just that, like, you see the Palestine thing, you literally like attach yourself to people harming children. Like, what is with you guys? Like, all you had to do was just be like, we're gonna keep the kids safe, we're gonna fix the economy. And like, Trump said what he needed to say. And you could have said it, you could have done it. But I think what screwed them was that, you know, they didn't have that primary. And because they didn't have that primary, nobody could have, you know, articulated the position that, oh yeah, we ain't going with what Biden was doing, you know? And because nobody was saying, like, I think Kamala's hands were tied in that she couldn't say, I'm not gonna do what Biden's doing, you know, because she was the sitting vice president. And you know, and like, you know, you just can't say that, you know. Either way, they screw themselves with this guy. And I'm telling you, man, I don't want to say, you know, because the guy has a small hat or nothing, but like, I'm telling you, in the past, you know, a lot of people were just sabotaging governments for no damn, like, not for no damn reason, but like they had some sort of agenda. You know, some people had some sort of agenda. You know, obviously, I don't want to say who, but yeah, like, why are you advocating for trannies in this country and in other countries? And like what is your obsession with getting people to be trannies? You know, and you know, I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, it's definitely a strike right there. But yeah,
I didn't say it, man. I didn't say it.
But anyway, let's go ahead to this sister right here. I got another video, man. This might be the last one. I'm sick and tired of talking about this election already. But this sister here.
January 6th and you have your November. They have their January 6th and you have your November 7th. They stormed the Capitol and you stormed the Starbucks. They're recognized by their red hats. You're recognized by your blue friendship bracelets. That one's a little odd. They yell, "This is your fault. We want America back." You yell, "This is your fault. Get out of my country." Holy shit. They screamed and shouted quotes of democracy while attempting to destroy it. You screamed and shouted quotes of equality and unity while attempting to destroy it. Look in the mirror. Look at you. You're one side of the same coin. You're tired, understandably. So you joined the winning team. And the one piece you'll have with the winning team is you'll never once again have to hide your hatred. You'll never once again have to hide your xenophobia. You'll never once again have to hide your racism. But Malcolm X is not your savior. Malcolm X doesn't agree with you. George Washington is. And through it all, on January 6th and November 7th, there were two things that were accomplished: irredeemable stupidity, and finally, you promoted, shared, and enabled a general visceral hatred that will end up in your own demise. Side note, people were not only boycotting Starbucks because of these countries, they were also boycotting Starbucks because of unions, lack of unions that affect your demographic. But go ahead and get that coffee. The line is pretty long though.
You familiar with this stuff? But you know, I was thinking like the whole time, it's kind of like, so like she was talking like FBAs, you know what I mean? Like it sounded like, because a lot of their rhetoric to me kind of coincides with the red whites, right? A lot of those, this is our country, we been, you know what I mean, type shit. But what did you think of that video, brother?
Yeah, I'm not even sure what she's talking about. What happened on November 7th?
She's talking about the day after the election or whatever. I think she was just talking about them being upset.
People stormed Starbucks?
They made some protest of going against Starbucks and shaving their hair and some other crap. I don't know, man.
Oh, I don't know. You know what I could say is this though. Apparently, there's some fires going on in Brooklyn. Like I don't even know why, but apparently, like two of the parks, like went on a big fire, and you know, there was like you couldn't smell anything. People think that it's drought conditions, but you know, it might just be arson. I don't know, but yeah. I mean, as far as because I don't know what happened on November 7th, but. And why she's saying they're two sides of the same coins and they're the winning side? Because I thought the people protesting on the 7th might have been the losing side, or the people who protesting on the other side might have been the losing side. So I'm not really sure what she's talking about. I'll say she's kind of pretty too, you know. Like I'll throw it out there, but yeah, I'm not really sure what she's talking about, honestly.
She just in general, even beyond just the November 7th, she was talking about basically how you got a uniparty. They both, I think at the end of the day, we got this word, the statists, right? People who basically worship the state, right? Whether you be a Republican or whether you be a Democrat, you both kind of two sides of the same shitbird, as a lot of people put it. So you both are on the side of big government, right? And we all know how, you know, this government gets down. You just want to, you know what I mean? Like you just want your Kool-Aid a different flavor. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, though, there's more similarities, I think she's pointing out, between the red and the blue than they think. You know, they both have their rhetoric. They both have their propaganda. They both have these, you know, things that they refuse to move or compromise on, which is essentially leads to their downfall. Honestly, if you look at the history of this country, it basically just goes back and forth. I think somebody pointed this out to me. When you go through the list of presidents or whatever, it goes like, you know, Republican, Democrat, or if you want to do, before they was even Democrats and Republicans, you know what I'm saying? Conservative, progressive. It goes like that basically throughout history, right? Back and forth. Because you elect one party, they don't do anything they say they're going to do. And then people switch to the next party, and it's a never-ending cycle
it's
abortion
ridiculous.
in the state, you know. And I think that's kind of what I got out of this video or what she was saying. You know, she said it kind of in a different way, but basically both sides gonna lead to your demise. You know, just how you.
That's the issue too, because it's like real talk. The Democrats, like after Obama, like they were on fire. They had like almost no way to lose, and somehow they lost. And I mean, when it was Hillary, we were kind of like, oh yeah, well it's Hillary. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then because it was like he's running against Trump. Like, because the thing is this: when Trump won the Republican primary, we were like, what? How do you win the Republican primary? He's not even Republican. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he was like a Democrat for like 40 fucking years. That's
that's what we did. He was a Democrat. You know what I'm
saying? Like 40, 50 years this dude was a Democrat.
Like we're like, what the fuck? Like, how do you win it? Like it was like the Republicans were so cooked that some Democrat ran.
A New York Democrat, bro. New York. Yeah,
a New York damn Democrat won the freaking primaries for the Republicans. We were like, man, they cooked, you know. But then, you know, you can't, you know, like if Mitt Romney won the Democratic, you know, you'd be like, what the fuck? Like if he won the Democratic primary, you'd be like, okay, you know, the Democrats done because anybody can fucking run, right? And it's like Trump, you know what I mean? Like, nobody even like that motherfucker. Like anyway. So Trump wins the Democratic primary and the Republican primary, and at the time I was like, oh man, they so cooked. Like they got no future. Like this is the end. This is gonna be one party rule at this point. And then he wins, and we was like, what? You know, and then we kind of was like, okay, it's because of Hillary, right? Nobody likes Hillary anyway. Yeah. You know, her man don't even like her. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what he was doing. And then Biden came back, and we were like, okay, well, Biden was shit. Like he was shit. Like he is shit right now, you know. And I tell you, that dude owe me my college fund money, man. What the fuck was that about? But you owe me that damn money. But and then you got come on. I'm actually surprised she lost. I mean, I know I could rationalize why she lost, but I didn't expect that. I mean, I kind of prepared myself to not expect anything, but I didn't think she was like Hillary. I mean, in retrospect, of course I could, 50, what they call it, 20/20 vision is, hindsight, 20/20, right? I could probably say, yeah, she was kind of dull, kind of drab, kind of laughed all the time. But she's half Jamaican, so I laugh all the time, so I didn't really think nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, so I mean, I'm kind of surprised, but I wouldn't go as far as saying. I mean, I don't know if I could say. At this point, I don't know. Like, I think that because I think the strategy that these white folk were teasing, or the Democrats were teasing, was how can we get some Republicans on our side? And a lot of leftists are telling them you shouldn't be trying to appeal to the Republicans, blah blah. But it's like, honestly, if the Republicans are winning, I think that's what the Democrats are going to do, or that's what they're going to have to do in order to get some votes. In order to, get electoral votes and so on and so forth. Because, say what you want about Jill Stein, and her leftist policies, she got 0 electoral votes and she only got 600,000 votes. So it's like, you're not missing out. Now, granted, a lot of people didn't vote. And that's the thing that, Kamala was not really like motivating you to the polls. You know what I mean? Like, it was kind of a meh with Kamala. Now, Obama, like that dude would get you like to go vote on a Saturday, on Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? but Kamala was kind of like, I could be at home. I could eat some. I could watch. I could watch. You know what I'm saying? So
she didn't have that gift of gab at all, man. Like it was nails to the chalkboard, bro. Like, yeah, I hear
you. Kamala or Obama?
Kamala. Oh no. Obama, like you said, he could talk you to buying a used car, bro. Easily, he could do.
Yeah, that bro. Yeah, he was like, yeah, like, he was something. Kamala was just, like I never watched anything. I mean, I one time I watched it, and I was like, oh, those were her policies. But like real time, I only watched it because somebody was like, oh, we never even listened to it. I was like, okay, sure, let me listen to it. But like, she was not magnetic. She was not. I mean, Trump. He I don't listen to him either, but like he's probably more entertaining to listen to. Like you could probably tune into this guy and dig baby dig. We're gonna get nuclear. We're gonna see Germany's so stupid. Germany's so stupid. They didn't. You're like, yeah, okay. Like I'll tune into this motherfucker. Like I mean, I wouldn't personally, but I understand why millions of people did. With Kamala, it's like, okay, when's Meg the Stallion coming on? Like. Like at that point, it was like, when am I going to see Meg the Stallion? Okay, she's, So I think the Democrats didn't run a vibrant character, and I'll admit this too. I think if that guy, not because he's a guy either, peace to Anthony McPhail, but not because he's a guy, but I didn't know much about that Tim Walz guy, and I'll say it, like the first time I heard this guy talk, I was like, you know what? This guy sounds like he should have been running. Like I think maybe possibly if he was on the head of the ticket, like the Democrats might have won. And not because he's a man versus she's a woman, but I think he might have had more personality, honestly. But but like I didn't really pay attention to him. But like I heard like one time, I think he just called Vance weird or something, and I was like, okay, he had his stories and his whatever. I think they could have won if they just opened up a primary and they really had, a serious a serious magnetic person, because you're up against your fired guy. You know what I mean? Like you're up against an entertainer who was on what's that show called with Will Smith? The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Come on.
The dude was on his own reality show. The man is in the WWE Hall of Fame for playing the villain.
Yeah,
he knows what he's doing.
And you just put this lady who just she wasn't Hillary, but she also wasn't not Hillary. You know what I mean? She was Hillary that giggled. That's
that
pretty much it.
That maniac laugh. Like the person, like you said, man. At the end of the day, the personality just wasn't. We know we live in a dumbed down society where people can't even name like 3 policies. So,
Idiocracy.
50% of this is just personality. I say maybe 70%, honestly. But yeah, it's all personality. So if you're not running somebody that got that, what they call the swag, they ain't got the drip, right? ain't lit, right? If you running somebody that ain't got those personality traits, right, can do a joke. She had a teleprompter the whole time. She couldn't even speak impromptu. Like you could throw the little orange, much as I don't care for either one of these people. You could throw the orange dude up there, and he can fucking crack some jokes. He can say some shit. He can entertain. You feel me? She can't entertain, bro. Like she's nothing fucking. You can't entertain and you have no policies. What the fuck am I voting for? Just because the fact that your daddy Jamaican? You feel me? Like there's literally nothing there. And like you said, they had an open primary. They actually treated it like an open race, like they should have. They might could have found somebody who did better. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the matron. She said Trump always said run as a Republican. Yeah, he went on. It was on Oprah's show saying that. And then that's another thing. All these people that was great friends with the orange guy previously, Whoopi Goldberg talking about she love him and stuff. And Oprah inviting him on. Now all of a sudden he's the greatest threat since Nazi Germany. It's like, man, this shit is a game to me, dog. And shout out to Anthony McPhail, man. Peace to you too, brother. But yeah, I think this whole thing was just garbage, to be honest with you. But we got any last thoughts about this whole election nonsense, brother?
Nah, I think we covered it. I think these people done fucked up.
Well, it's kind of related, but kind of not. But NAACP, they still around. Spends $20 million in mobilizing black voters this fall. It's funny because they say that they talking about a specific type of voter. If you're talking about NAACP, they're talking about you might as well just give $20 million to Democrats. But then the NAACP used to do like scholarships, and think how many scholarships you could have got for $20 million, right?
United Negroes. You talking about the United Negroes College Fund?
Yeah. Didn't they?
NAACP.
I think
they did too.
I just think they was in charge of that. I'm not mistaken. I'll look it up. But
I remember that commercial back in the day. Mine's a terrible thing to waste. So I was like, what? Okay, let me go to school.
Exactly. But just just getting to this subject is like that 20 million could have done probably a lot for areas like Chicago, for areas like Brooklyn, areas, that predominantly black parts of South Carolina, the Atlanta area, the outskirts, whatever, right? So should people be outraged? This is just like, business as usual, that NAACP has long been compromised. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, so NAACP, but like I said, Kamala was $20 million in debt. So I don't know if they just come in and they get their check, but yeah, I mean, this is what people like. I think they like. Here's the thing. Realistically speaking, they should try to win. I think black folk don't try to win enough. But like I said, that the big thing was Elon Musk outspent them. You know what I mean? Like social media, Twitter, like whatever you're advertising on, radio ads and mailings. Like come on. Like radio, I don't even know. Like I don't know what black people have radios anymore. I don't know. Maybe people still have radios. I don't know. But like I don't even know if that's like it's not even available technology in this country. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that people don't play the radio. Like I remember once upon a time I was like, oh, I want to listen to this. I want to play the radio to go to sleep or something, right? But like, yeah, you running ads on radios in Arizona, North Carolina. Yeah, okay. And she lost all those things. And then you got mailings. Now you're talking about actually sending physical letters to people's houses about election stuff. Like nobody reads that shit, So like, let me see, texting outreach. Yeah, it's just some old like just out of touch. Like folk is on Instagram. Folk is on TikTok. Folk is on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
But if you doing this mailing, like nah. Like I mean, obviously I'm not in the country, so I was never gonna read my mail anyway. But like even when I'm in the country, like I'll tell you, my mail piles up. Like I got nothing coming at the mail. Like the only time that I'm like Biggie when it comes to the mail. Like only the feds I fear. You know what I mean? So like if it says IRS, then I'm opening the letter. But like if it's just some old, like, oh yeah, vote for this candidate because like okay, I don't care. And it's like it's like that's the thing about us. It's like you gotta watch Idiocracy. I wish I could watch it again. Honestly, I don't know if I think I watched it when I was really, really young, so I couldn't appreciate it or I didn't even know. But like, you gotta watch Idiocracy to see like what America is, like what America became. And it's like, yeah, but like people like videos.
Yeah,
people like short, like, and not just any videos. We're talking like 20-second videos, or like a minute videos. Like you remember back in the day when music videos used to be like 4 minutes, 3 hooks. And all that kind of stuff. Yeah, like they're a minute now.
Yeah, 2 minutes. 2 minutes is standard for songs.
Yeah, they're 2 minute. Like I think there was like a new like that lady from Beyonce's troupe. The good looking one. But the one from Destiny's Child, like whatever her name is, right? She had a new song, and you were like, oh, okay, let's listen to it, and it was like done. Like you started it, and it was done. And it was like mostly her shaking her ass, showing off her long legs. That was it. Like, but that's the thing though. Like that got her like 50 million views. She's the latest, Kelly Rowland. It just get the 50 million views. Like that's what you got to be doing. But what the Democrats were doing, and see, I saw the Democratic strategist team. I think Koku, responded to it or something like, and it was just pure white, like 12 white people. One sister, and they were like the social media team. And it's like, come on. You think they're gonna motivate North Carolina, Arizona, Michigan, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Georgia? You're gonna get those people in Atlanta to come out and vote? Like, no. I'm telling you, man, like Democrats just, and they always out of touch. And the thing is that, like, I remember back when Obama was first running, there was like a time, like I for some reason I wanted to have the Time magazine. I was weird. Anyway, but like in the Time magazine, they had a joke where they had a comic where Hillary's walking up to a bunch of, they're talking about the Democratic primary, and Hillary's walking up to a bunch of people, and she's like, hey guys, do you want to play pong and ball in the cup? you know, and what's his name is Obama's like, yeah, okay, I'll DM you and I'll we'll play Call of Duty or some shit, But the point is that it was always like they were making fun of Hillary for not being up to date with the technology, not being up to date with whatever. And you talking about, and this is like 20 years later, I don't know, but you talking about radio ads and mailings. And then this guy, I'm telling you, Elon Musk was just putting conservative shit on us every freaking day.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even follow the guy, and you'll see him say, "Oh, this is so surprising," and then you click on it because whatever, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, look at the Democrats just ruined this, just blew up this plant, like the thing is that man, I think that yes, if you wanted to win this election, you should have tried to mobilize voters, black or otherwise, but I also think, of course, that's going to cost some bank. But I also think if you really trying to get to black folk, do what, try to follow what black folk are really doing. I mean, they did try that pop the balloon ad, which was bad, obviously, but it made a little more sense.
Even in a vacuum, brother. Look at these states.
What?
Even in a vacuum, look at the states you're talking. Arizona, Michigan, Nevada. First and foremost, the major cities in these states are already, the black people that's in those major cities are already voting 80-90% Democrat. I guarantee you a couple of these states, I've seen the numbers in some of these states, you could have had every black person in that state vote and she still would have lost, right? So that was honestly a waste of money in that issue. You know what I'm saying? I don't even understand why you're even targeting them. And like Arizona, bro, like Nevada, it's like you're not gonna win that anyway, right? Pennsylvania, right? She was targeting the wrong demographic. You targeted the demographic that you pretty much got. The one demographic that she probably even got, like even if like they say 80% of it, even if she got 100% of black men vote, she got washed in these states. So it's like you don't have any strategy.
Arizona,
Yeah, like it's like, where's your strategy at in targeting who you need to target? You didn't target even the right demographics that you need to target, And to honestly, this 20 million would have did a lot more. I think, like you could have actually gave away scholarships. That might have actually turned people's heads more than just running ads. Like you said, who the fuck listens to the radio anymore, bro? Like and we already put stats earlier about like the demographic that does vote is the old folks, bro. It's like you need to get at the old people, man. You need to make the old people feel secure that their money is they're getting close. These are retirement age people, man. They need to just feel like they're gonna be good so far as their social security and all that other shit. So honestly, I don't know who the fuck was running things over there, but this was a waste of the $20 million as far as the black community, the community.
Oh yeah, for that point, yeah. Because I'm from New York, so I don't even know where Arizona is. I'll be honest with you, like. Like I don't even you said you look at Arizona, you're like, what? I was like, I know Wisconsin was in that show. I don't.
Well, from the Midwest, man, I travel a little bit, man. It's some black folks in Arizona, but I mean, you go to like Nevada and shit like that, Wisconsin, outside of like Milwaukee and shit, man. This is not, you wasting your money, bro. And then you got the Milwaukee. She won Milwaukee. She won Arizona. Like Phoenix or whatever. Where most of the brothers you gonna.
She won Arizona.
She lost Arizona, but I'm saying in those cities, those big bloating votes in those cities, she didn't get those suburbs. You feel me? So all those other
cities, she wasn't gonna win. Like, I don't know what happened with her, but like you said, like that's the thing that people are not picking up. She was supposed to target white folk, because people say, why is she targeting these white folk? You should target these. It's like, because you Jill Stein people. Nobody gives a shit about you guys. You guys were like, man, we're socialists and we want you to try to get our vote.
You need to target old white people. You need to target old white folk, bro. That's I'm gonna say it out there, bro. That's what you need to do, bro. But she didn't do that. You feel me? But like I said, this is a flawed candidate you run into. She said, I received 135, shout out to Matron, 35 unique pieces of election mail, including postcards from other. Yeah, that was ridiculous. I got a lot of texts, man. I don't know what's up. How do you be getting these numbers? I got a lot of
postcards, right?
They sent her postcards and shit in the mail about voting. She had $1 billion, allegedly $20 million in debt.
Yep.
Yeah, you can write that off.
Peace to Aiken Fire, I guess. Peace to Aiken Fire.
Peace to you, bro. So yeah, that whole thing was a fiasco to me. But let's see what else we got here. Oh, this might relate to you. This is something you might give. With Trump election win, Africa braces for U.S. aid cuts. They're gonna cut your aids up, man. But it could also force African nations to double down on their shift away from U.S. towards Asia and Middle East, says analysts. If people don't know, BRICS is coming. BRICS is gonna be the new shit. But I'm reading the first paragraphs, a couple paragraphs here. As a result of the United States presidential election came in on Wednesday, showing that former President Donald Trump had won. Relief took more than 11,000 kilometers, 7,000 miles away in Uganda's capital, Kampala. The sanctions are gone. East African country's parliamentary speaker, Anata Among, I'm probably butchering that, told Parliament, hinting at her expectation of improved ties with the U.S. under Trump. The speaker is one of a series of Ugandan officials who have been barred from entering the U.S. in recent years because of allegations of human rights violations. Isn't Uganda like the country that banned like being gay or some shit?
Yeah, right.
I think they banned it or some shit, and then they got pretty much sanctioned because of that or whatever. If I'm not mistaken, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But you being over there, has there been any talk or any rhetoric as far as what the election results could mean to them over there? So what you got, bro?
Well, I'll be honest, it's kind of weird being in this country. Like I'm in Tanzania, for those who don't know. It's kind of weird because a lot of people is hype that Donald Trump won. You know, you're like, what? You know, he was like, wait, hold on a second, you know. But and actually in Nigeria, they like apparently allegedly they threw a parade. Like, I don't know, man. like it's just all the wrong. Like, because the thing is that, like I said, the propaganda, Trump won the propaganda war, you know, or Elon Musk won the propaganda war. Because like if you on Twitter, you seeing Elon Musk shit. You seeing, you know, because I don't know if you heard, but like Elon Musk was like, oh, my son died because of this woke, like from the woke virus, you know, and his son's not dead. I think his son just dresses like a girl or some shit. You know what I mean? But like, he's legit like up, like he's against the woke or whatever. And the thing is that, you know how people say, you know, black folk is socially conservative and all that kind of stuff. Or whatever we say, I don't know. But like, yeah, people in Africa keep the social conservative too, because it's like, you know, you there, we ain't gonna aid you because I think I saw this article and it's like, yeah, they're like Biden cut aid because of, you know, political saying, like, you know, because of different cultural opinions that, you know, a lot of people in Africa don't vibe with, a lot of African Americans don't vibe with. You know, but like maybe Trump won't continue that. But you know, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, obviously, I think the U.S. does do some foreign aid stuff because I know I was at the doctor one time and they was like, we gonna give you some, you know, they give everybody like free HIV screening. And then when you ask them, you know, I mean, like when they find out you're from America, they're like, oh, you know that America is actually paying for these HIV tests. And of course, I'm just like, hold on a second, you know, yeah, who's paying for this? You know what I'm saying? But you know, I didn't get the virus as far as I didn't get the virus. I mean, of course, how much to know? I came back to America and got myself tested from the American government.
There you go.
It's like, you know what I mean? You can't avoid that. But regardless, like, yeah, I think well, like me personally, like, you know, of course, Pan-Africanist and all that. I'm like, come on, man. Like, what do you give a shit if somebody's gonna give you aid and some of that shit? Like, get your shit together, put your pants on, you know, stop lounging around. And get to work. Like, what are you working on? Oh, man, you know, hopefully they'll give us money. Like, oh, man, they're going to cut my money. Like, shut up, man. like, you're a grown damn man. Like, you're the oldest country. You're the oldest continent on the planet. You know what I mean? Like act like it. You know, that's the thing that a lot of black folk don't do. We just don't act like we from the oldest, like we the oldest race of people. Like, what you worried about if they're giving out handouts, man? You know, like I tell you, man, I got a church next to me. And like, you know, in America, church next to me, and sometimes it's like people lining up, and I don't know why they lining up really, but I'm thinking that the church is giving out free food. But like my whole thing is, even if they're giving out free food, even if food is expensive, you know, and I'm not knocking anybody who lines up with the, you know, whatever. But like I will not. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to line up and so on and so forth. I'll pay the damn, you know, the damn $13 for the one egg. You know what I mean? Right. You know, I'll pay the damn $13 because, you know, as a man, I mean, like I if people handing out shit, that's not for me. I mean, I'm not knocking any brother who has to get a handout, because I mean, you know, sometimes you might need to get a handout, right? But me personally, you know, as a man with 4 working limbs, it's just not for me. And I'm just, you know, and I'm just being real. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, if circumstances change, you know, you're gonna see me the first in line. But like as it is right now, I'm telling you, man. So my thing with Africa is that, you know, oh man, are they gonna give us handouts? Shut the fuck up, man. You know, like that should not even cross your mind. Like you, because it's like you could be so rich, you know. You got the resources. You got to be resourceful. Like you could be so rich, but you fucking it up with this. Well, are they gonna? Anyway, that's it.
Yeah, I agree. Everything comes for a price. Nothing is free in this world, man. I say that. They're giving you aid, man. It's the U.S. is giving you aid because they want something from you. They want to set something up. They want to put a base on your land. They want to take some of your natural resources, whatever, right? So you gotta keep that in mind, yo. This country does not give anything for the free. So hopefully, you know, that's not their main concern is the aid. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that money come with something, yo. Ask any of these other countries. They got bases sitting in there, U.S. bases sitting in their country. At the same time, you gotta be mindful that you do have competing forces. You know, you do have, like I said, the rise of China and like a China-Russia coalition. You know, and I'm not one of those ones that's like super like, oh my God, China-Russia's so evil. But it's like you gotta keep in mind that any of these people that do investments are usually trying to get something. You know, or what they try to say is aid. They're usually trying to get something. You know, what's the 60 or 70% of the arable farmland is going to be in Africa within the next, 10, 20 years or something like that. So these are things that you got to keep in mind that Africa could, as a continent, that many of the countries in Africa could make a power play the next few years if they actually stay on the course, try to stay to themselves and build up. But, you know, that's a whole different conversation. But that's all I got, man. You got anything else on that?
Nah, we good.
All right, this should be an interesting topic right here. Equatorial Guinea. We had a big controversy. Big controversy there. Pull this up. What's this brother's name? Massive sex leak could be employed for power in Central Africa. This guy right here, Mbang Ngonga. Apparently slept with about 150 to 400 wives, including people of other political, the wives of other political colleagues, and things of that nature. I believe he got arrested, right? So anyway, these sex tapes leak all over the internet. Apparently he's supposed to be next in line to actually be the president. I believe his father, one of the longest reigning presidents ever. He's the nephew of president. I cannot say this shit. Teodoro Obiang Nguema, and one of those thought to be replacing him. So he's supposed to be next in line, the nephew of the current president, who I think has been in power since 1979. Woo! You might as well be a king at that point, bro. But you had this leak. So let me ask you this. I don't know if you heard about this. Oni or whatever, but have you heard anything about this whole like sex tape leak? And then is it actually a power ploy, or is this like just this dude on nasty time? What do you think?
Yeah, I heard about it. I saw it too. What the fuck? Like, this dude, man, he's yo, this is a sick Negro. Like, this is a sick Negro. Like, this dude, apparently he's slept with his brother's wife, his uncle's wife. Like, what the fuck? Like, his wife's sister. Like, this dude, this is a sick Negro. But not because like people was like, yo, how in the world, like how in the world, like what is like he gotta have the magic stick, like, but come to find out he's next in line for the presidency, so it makes a little bit more sense how he could do it. Because I'm like, this dude does not have the magic stick. Like, you have to watch. You have to watch.
I seen something he's supposed to be like the most like they gave him a nickname that equates to like pretty over there. Like he's supposed to be, and I'm sitting like, bro, I need to go over there. If this cat is the definition of gotta have
I know, like, come on, this is the cat, man. Like I had because I don't really look at those videos. When they say, oh, this leak video, I'm like, I ain't really been no damn leak videos. I want to see that shit. But it's like, you got 400 women, you gotta be doing something I'm not doing. You know what I'm saying? like I gotta find some point. It's just this plain, like, oh man, dude don't got no foreplay, got nothing. He just I'm gonna squeeze my nipple. What are you talking about? This dude get 400? Nah, I'm sorry, man. But then you realize, oh, he next in line. Okay. Because it's like a monarchy. Like you already it's a damn monarchy. You the next in line for the monarchy. Okay, yeah, you can get some pom-pom. You know what I mean? Exactly. Obviously, women gonna throw a piece at you. But yeah, the dude just he played with fire. You know what I mean? He played with fire. He had these videos on CDs. Like you talk about who's using radios, man. This motherfucker using CDs. Like, I didn't even got a CD-ROM, man. Like, what are you talking about? Using CDs. This dude, nah. He was playing with fire. Like first off, like encrypt your shit. Second of all, put that shit in the safe or something. I don't know. But like, what are you taking all these videos for? Like, and here's the thing too. If you banging somebody else's wife, why are you taking that video? And then here's the thing too. If you somebody's wife, why are you taking a video?
Exactly.
Like if you're gonna do that, I'm not saying you should, but if you're gonna do that, why would you want a record? Why would you leave the record with this guy? And why is this guy like what? It was just and now he's in a damn prison.
Mm-hmm.
He's in a maximum security prison where they starve and torture people. Like you had to have been a dumbass. But I mean, at the same time, like the thing with that country was that it was some super nepotism. Like his uncle was the president. His father was like the head of the economic finance, something. He was the head of the other financial board. His brother is the vice president. No, his cousin is the vice president. Like this was a nepotistic system, and it might have been his brother that done him in. Like we talk about this, some old, I don't know, like middle-aged feudal. War of the Three Kingdoms, like type of shit. Like this is like out of a novel. Like this is like a blast to the past, man. But yeah, dude had a mental illness, man. Because like, look, I'm not saying like I understand. Look, obviously you should be faithful to your woman, right? Yeah. And if you don't want to be faithful to your woman, actually, let me be quiet because I'm on the thing. But like. It's like, what time is it? It's 2 a.m. and I'm shouting, and my wife's sleeping in the next room. But anyway, but I'm like, you gonna not be faithful now? But like, for real though, why would it be 400 women? Like, what's your problem, my guy?
Yeah,
like, if you was like,
you
say what?
It's a sex addict, bro. At that point, you gotta be a sex addict, bro. You recording it and all that. You a sex addict, bro.
Yeah, like if it was 5 women, I'd be like, okay, I kind of get it. I shouldn't say that, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying it makes it a little more sense. 400 or 150 women, like, what the fuck are you doing? And you recording it, and you squeezing your own damn nipples. Like, you couldn't tell them to do that shit. Like, what's your problem, my guy? Like,
the fact that you got play by play, we got to check your hard drive on you, bro. You got the.
I'm talking about this. It was because look, man, you had to figure out what is he doing that I'm not doing, because like what is like because it was like he couldn't be that rich, because like no, the dude was sleeping with the president's wife, like and again his president was his uncle, like what the fuck. Like what is he doing, like, and so you had to look at it, but like for real though, like the dude has like he belonged in prison. Like I'm not, shout out to Lero. She's not here, but shout out to Lero. But I don't want to be, on the side of the police or nothing. But like, yeah, the dude should have been buried under the jail because he was uncontrollable. He was insatiable, because and he had a wife and like 6 kids, and he was getting poo-poo.
Yeah,
at home, and he was fucking his colleagues. He was fucking his brother's wife. Like, look, your brother's wife, like that's a major violation. Your uncle's wife, that's a major violation.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talking like if it was back in the day, like that would have been like you'd be set up for a tree. I'm telling you, man, you'd be set up for a tree. I'm just saying, like you can't be messing with your, but like I just imagine that. Oh, nah. I'm sorry. Anyway,
super nasty, bro. Shout out to Ogun. Reminds me of church I went to. Was young, the pastor sleeping with multiple women. That's exactly what it is. It's that power dynamic, bro. As much as you hit it on the beginning of what you was talking about, bro. It's that power. This isn't the dude. It's next in line. He's probably gonna be president for 40 years, obviously, because the nepotism is crazy over there. 1979, yo, this dude been president. 19. What are you doing at that point? Why even call him the president? He might as well just be, emperor. Whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? At that point, you
see, I think if you look at this article too, there's people voting. What the fuck? Why you voting for this motherfucker? Wait, what are you lining up to vote for some dude who's been in office since 1979? That shit don't even make no damn sense, man. Like I tell you, man, some people, and look, and many people in extreme poverty, and you got this other dude right here. He got Michael Jackson's glove.
Yeah, I'm reading it now.
How you got Michael Jackson's glove? You not even from America. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to sound like, ADO West and nothing, but you ain't even a Black American. What you doing with Michael Jackson's glove?
Ridiculous, bro.
You're in the middle of damn Equatorial Guinea. Ain't nobody could even point it out on the map, and you got Michael Jackson's glove. I think you scroll down a little more, you're going to see these people lining up to go vote for this idiot. Like, yeah, man, these people is wild, man. Like some people, like some African countries, you can't walk into. Where's the picture? I don't even know. Maybe it's not. Oh yeah, there you go. It says president secured 95% of the vote 2 years ago. They lining up. Look how they lining up. Like he better be giving out cash money because what you doing? You broke and you dress it like it's the 1920s, and then not 1920s, but still, like, come on, man. That's a bunch of goofies, man.
That's a waste of time, bro. But yeah, this story to me just begins and ends with power is everything, bro. Like any of these countries, you can get whatever you want. It's like with the Saddam Hussein's sons, they were sleeping with everybody. That dude was just taking it. At least he was just taking it. His sons was, So it's like these power dynamics, man, is crazy in these countries, man. And this is further proof for that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I guess that brother learned his lesson. He not next in line no more. But that's all I got. Shit. All right, let's go ahead and get to our last topic. New York.
Oh, and let me say this though. Actually, this dude was effing him raw too. He had a problem.
Yeah, he had a problem. Lucky all he caught was kids and a charge and not something else, to be honest with you. So let's go here. New York City ending voucher program that allowed migrants. This kind of hits when we talked about earlier. Actually, I want to say Mayor Adams is what on the investigation. Well, he got a charge right now, federal charge. But New York City has announced it would no longer issue vouchers to migrants to pay for food, ending a controversial program that had repeatedly come under attack by conservatives and others. So as we move forward, more competitive contracting for asylum seeker programs. We have chosen not to renew the emergency contract for this pilot program once the 1-year term concludes, Mayor Eric Adams' office said in a statement. So long story short, they were giving debit cards out to migrants, what they call asylum seekers. Since late March, the city has provided prepaid debit cards totaling $3.2 million to some 2,600 migrant families living in hotels so they can buy food and baby supplies. This was a very controversial thing. This is what we talked about earlier, where people are coming here and get hotels and debit cards, and there's people here sleeping on the bridges and shit. So What do y'all think about this? Oni, is this kind of like a reaction to the whole rhetoric that the conservatives were running about people coming here getting what they call handouts, or this is just bound to fail because New York is like broke anyway? What do you think, bro?
Yeah, man. Look, it reminded me a long time ago. I heard this brother. He was talking about the government. He was like, "Look, it's not that the government don't got money. The government don't got money for you." You know what I mean? And that's why the Democrats like screwed the fuck up, because it's like they was like, "Yo," like, because I mean, look. I'm not really African American, but my son is. So, if African Americans got reparations, I wouldn't be mad at that. But the thing I used to hear, like, I just take a damn check. I don't give a shit. But anyway, but here's the thing though. Like, the thing I used to hear was, there just won't be. There's just no money. You know what I'm saying? We just don't have that money. And you're like, okay, that makes sense. You don't have that money. Israel got that money. No, like they had the money for Israel. They had the money for Ukraine. They got the money for the migrants. Like 350. I'm not saying 350 a week is a lot of money, but 350 a week for free is a lot of damn money. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? $350 for free is a lot of damn money. And the whole and the reason these people say is because the food they got them, they didn't want it, so they would throw out the food. Now look, man, if you come to this country, I don't know if they say they're legal or illegal, I don't know, right? But if you come to this country and they're giving you food and you throwing it out, like, come on. Like, I get pissed at people for not eating the food that I buy them. Okay? Like if I buy like let's say kids or something, right? But yeah, if you're talking about, oh, we're gonna just give you some money so you could buy whatever you want, and then they like, nah, it was a stupid, like, I mean, I never heard this policy, honestly. But it sounds like a dumb policy, and yeah, like the Democrats, the problem with the Democrats is that they just giving away money, and like you point out, there's a lot of unfortunate folk here. Like I said, give the black people reparations so I can take my son's check. You know what I'm saying? Like, give black folk the reparations so I can buy. Like, even so, just give like if black folk are hurting, you should give black folk the money first. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, if my son came around with $350 a week because of anything in the past, yeah, man, I'd be set, man. I'm not set. Well, especially here in Africa, I'd be set. But like, what I'm saying is that it's just wrong in a sense. Like, it's just weird, and that's the reason why I feel like I get why black folk wouldn't be mobilized to go out and vote. Now obviously I think black folk did vote. I don't know because Kamala came up 10 million short. I don't know where those 10 million came from, right? I suspect it's white folk, but maybe there was some black folk who sat out the election too. But even so, what I'm gonna say is this: I think I think black folk not feeling motivated to vote when very simple demands or even having trouble with this economy, and yet you give it like I'm telling you, man, when you file your taxes, list Israel and Ukraine as dependents. You know what I'm saying? like just do it. Just get to it, because it don't make no damn sense. Why in the world will you fight? Because I tell you, man, and Trump ran on that. He was like, look, I'm not doing no new wars. I'm not doing that. Now, I don't believe this motherfucker, although allegedly last time he didn't really start no new wars. I don't know. But even so, like, Trump ran on that, right? And these Democrats, I'm telling you, man, they was just warmongering. I gotta fight Russia. I gotta fight China. North Korea, where you at? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you motherfuckers? Like, can't you? And they just sending money. And Ukrainians are partying. You know what I mean? Israeli are like just fucking shooting children. Like, like not even trying to hide it. Like, just straight up shooting children.
Crazy.
It's like, come on, man. And then now you got these people like jumping over borders. I don't know, because I don't really know how you arrived to New York from Mexico illegally. I don't know how you can do that. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know what that even means. But like even so, stop giving away. And it's like, and it's not even like it's like some billionaire's money. where some like some Latino billionaires like gotta feed my people or some shit. Like it's legit the taxpayer paying for all this stuff. So it don't make no damn sense. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm not like again, I'm from New York. We always vote, like we vote blue. You know what I mean? We gonna do that. But like, and although I think it was close this time, but even so, what I'm gonna say is this. Yeah, the Democrats just gave away money and just didn't care about their own people, and they were just like, "Oh, watch out, democracy's under threat." Like, come on, man. Like, if this is not even democracy. Like, most people were like, "Stop killing children." Oh, I don't know if most people, but a lot of people on social media were like, "Stop killing children." They were like, "I'm talking," you know, like I'm talking right now. La, I don't want to hear you. Like, yeah, fuck. Like I almost want to say fuck him, man. I almost want to say fuck him, but yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I definitely get that part too. And it's the thing, unlike people don't know, unlike the federal government that can just kind of make money appear out of thin air, cities and states actually have to balance their budget. They can't just make money come out of it. And that COVID money stopped a long time ago, right? That's what they was banking on for quite a few times. With those, the Fed was just giving states money like Illinois and New York and stuff like that, right? Now that that's done, these people actually have to balance their budget. I know Chicago just had some shit where this dude's trying to raise the property taxes. They're getting rid of certain services and things of that nature because they have such a shortfall for two things: the pensions and also the money they're giving to people who go in there, these asylum seekers, they call them, dreamer, whatever the hell you want to call them, right? And you're increasing. I think he announced the second largest increase in property taxes. It's like, bro, like, how do y'all think this is gonna fare for you in the future, bro? You know, I get that you maybe think that you have some potential voters coming over here. You know, we know the largest rising population is going to be the Hispanic Latino community, right? Just because they're right there, you can just go across the border, right? And they actually having children, right? So, you know, I get that you're thinking ahead in that sense. At the same time, bro, it's going to be a long time for that shift. And on top of that, they proved them wrong this election because those same people who finally got their voting rights and got the Latino Hispanic community largely voted red this time, bro. So it's like
exactly, and they getting deported. So it's like, what the fuck you do? You just wasting my damn money, man.
Exactly. So it's like your strategy ain't even working. So I think you're gonna see a big switch up, man. I think you're gonna see a big switch up in the next couple of years. With what happened this year, I think it's gonna have far-reaching repercussions that people haven't even thought about yet, just because of the strategy. So I'll be interested to see what happens this shit. But that's all I got, man. You got any last thing on your former home, New York City, New York?
Nah, I mean, low key, I didn't even hear about this, but because I'm not in the same country, so I don't know what's going on. But oh yeah, you said Eric Adams got in trouble. I heard about that. I don't know what that was about, but I heard about that. But yeah, man, this is the, you know, this is just the regular, you know, and this is why it's important. This is why it's important to vote, because whoever you vote for signs off on the budget. Okay, whoever you vote for signs off on the budget. You know, obviously, you know, the Supreme Court, this, that, so on and so forth. But you also got to remember that that's who's gonna use your money and so on and so forth. I think when it comes to the Democrats, they kind of just took advantage of black folk. And I mean, I get that black people were saying this and the rhetoric and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, I wasn't really trying to hear it, but like at the same time, because I'm just like, all right, look, guys, you know, whatever. But like at the same time, it's like the party was just fucking up. So I don't know what the future of the Democratic Party has in store. I don't even know what the future of the Republican Party has in store because, you know, Trump allegedly can't run again unless they change the Constitution or unless he ignores the Constitution. But, you know, but that's the thing though. It's like, you know, like because Trump is the personality at the point. You know, he's that guy, but he's not Obama. You know what I mean? Like Obama would step down after a while. You know, he's more like the dude in the Equatorial Guinea. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised because anything could change. Anything could change, and yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I got nothing else on that. It's it sucks, but I mean, it's not sucks, but like hopefully the Democrats wake up and stop with this war shit. Because I thought both parties were warmongers, and I think both parties were warmongers. You know what I mean? Like McCain was like bomb, 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 and ran like you know what I mean, like a lunatic, right? But like I mean, Trump like legit is running on, hey, I'm not a warmonger, and like I mean, obviously he did bomb some places, but it is like it's different to campaign on I'm not a warmonger, versus oh we're gonna fuck up those Gazans, like we're gonna fuck up those Palestinians, we're gonna like the Democrats are saying. So it is what it is. But all right, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I feel you. I think that's been just to kind of go on here and piggyback off that. Yeah, I think it's been interesting to see like the change in rhetoric. Actually, that's why I say like the whole state worship is a dangerous thing because the liberals supposed to be like anti-war, anti-corporation, anti this, and you've seen a super big shift on that, bro. Like these people like don't care anymore, yo. Like they're advertising there with Starbucks. Like I said, they're advertising with these big corporations, and they're also embracing a lot of this shit. Like they don't mind state violence. If you talk to the vast majority, I think no matter how you felt about the pandemic, it opened a lot of eyes, I think, to a lot of people. Man, I've seen some crazy shit like, oh, you didn't get the jabbity jab, you shouldn't be allowed in society and all this other shit. It's like, yo, this is supposed to be the liberal, but this is supposed to be live long and prosper, live and be free, a lot of these people. So I think that to me was very eye-opening. I think this is just a continuation of what we've been seeing, is that a lot of these people don't mind state violence. They don't mind violence in general, don't mind war. As long as it's their side doing it, then it's justified, right? Like the whole Ukraine thing, right? Yeah, a lot of people cheerleading that shit on, which I think they underestimated, I think that blue team has underestimated how much people were against that shit. You study every fucking, I think like every 2 weeks, it was like another $350 million, another $500 million, It's like, bro, people can't afford eggs, man, and they seeing these numbers put up every week. I think it was a big misplay, and they're just shown. A lot of this episode was about that election and the repercussions, and you can see it's gonna have a lot of repercussions for a lot of people, yo.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, I thought that the whole Ukraine shit was just dementia from that, from Biden. I was like, oh, okay. He thinks he's still in the Cold War or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I legit thought the dude thought that the Soviet Union was like, just started to send nukes to Cuba or some shit. We gotta fight those commies. I might be reliving some bad memories or some shit. But like that's the trouble though. It was like Kamala was just like, it's okay. Like Kamala. They said the guy was brain dead. You know what I mean? Like you ever notice? Like you ain't ever heard from this guy again. Like,
they disappeared him.
Yeah, he like legit disappeared, man. Like you ain't never heard from him again. He didn't even pretend to go on press conferences or nothing. He just, you just had that one sister just talking for him. That was it, man. It was like he was done, man. But like legit, Kamala had like she had to be bolder. And she had to have said, hey, look, I think the dude had dementia. We're sorry. We apologize. We're pulling out of Israel. We're pulling out of Ukraine. We're focusing on building the economy. We're building bridges or whatever. She could have done something like that. But instead, she was like, yeah, the guy is crazy, but I think his policies are good. Like, all right, get out. Like, get out. Because I knew they were going to lose if Biden continued. Like, I was like, okay, Trump's going to win if Biden continues. But Kamala was like, Biden's going to continue, guys. But you'll get Meg. And it's like, okay, but we already had Meg. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to, like, if Trump wins, we're still going to have Meg. You know what I mean? Like, if all you're offering me is Meg, and, like, I never even look for Meg. I mean, Meg is hot. Yeah, sure, but I never look for it. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, you were offering me nothing, and like I didn't like Biden. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, that dude owes me money. But like, you know what I mean? But like, yeah. So yeah, just a big. I see it. Like I see it. I mean, and I see why they lost. You know, I see why they lost. Like I couldn't have predicted it beforehand, but like, yeah, the writing was on the wall.
Yeah, definitely. All right, man. I think that's it. Let's get ready to wrap it up, man. You got anything you working on, brother? Anything you want to plug? Any books? You still writing out there? What's going on with you, man?
Yeah, I'm not writing right now, but I did publish a book. I think it was this year. It's called Uangalifu. I realized that with a name like that, it's probably not going to interest anybody. But yeah, I wrote a book. It was pretty cool. Talking about life, wealth, and health. You know, the old Uncle Johnson Neb and all that. You know, just trying to take it back to because I think that a lot of us don't realize, but as in the like. We have individual, like we could do choices as individuals, and like with the better choice, you could have a better outcome, you know. So that's what really the book's about. So if anybody is interested, you can check it out on Amazon. Much appreciated. And that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, you can look at my full name, Oni Tase. Pretty cool. And that's pretty much it.
All right, cool.
Oh,
man.
and also, of course, I appreciate your time. This was an awesome show. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for chopping up. Like I said, if you regularly come, man, we get throwing out the invite to you, man. So hopefully, depending on your time, I don't want to have you in insomnia. You won't be able to waking the old lady up. But whenever you want to come through, bro, you got the open invite. Shout out to everybody that came through. Ogun Matron, Icon Fire, Anthony McPhail, man, everybody that came through, dropped a comment. And we're gonna keep it regular, man. So I think I might switch between like interviews and doing one of these. So that'll I think that's gonna be the new formula for us going forward, man. So, but I appreciate you coming through. Only appreciate everybody that came through. We back. We're gonna keep it regular, man. Sorry about the delay, but we're gonna keep episodes rolling. So, on behalf of everybody here, behalf who didn't make it, shout out to Lero and Rye. But I'm gonna say peace.
Greetings, everyone. This is Koku from the Bitter Medicine Podcast, inviting you to tune in to the Bitter Medicine Podcast on KWAZ Radio.
Peace, family. This is Oni, inviting you to listen to the Pro-Black Perspective, where Black problems are addressed with Black solutions.
Greetings, fam. Tune in to The Learning Curve with me, the Revolutionary Matron on KWAZ Radio.
On the beat, boy.